What's up, humans? Welcome back to Photography Fridays. My name is Chris, and this week we're going to be talking about wide-angle lenses. You know, pros, cons, what they're good for, why I like them, why I use them, just a whole bunch of stuff. There's a ton of wide-angle lenses out there. As far as Canon goes, there's 11 to 17, 11 to 24, or 10 to 24, 10 to 18, a fixed 24. There's tons and tons and tons of wide-angle lenses. I personally have three. One is an Olympus OM 28mm 3.5. Another is a Canon 10 to 18 4.5. And then the third one that I have, I've actually never been able to use because it's for another vintage camera like the Olympus. It screws on, so I have to have a different adapter for my Canon, and it's coming in the mail soon. When you're trying to find a wide-angle lens, you want to think about what you're going to want to use it for. Do you want it for landscapes only? Do you want it to make videos with also? Do you want it to take portraits or street photography, or just take pictures of your kids and your dogs? Any of these, you can find a good lens for it, and a wide angle may not be the answer for some of them, but you can definitely do all of that with a wide angle lens. I really like wide angle lenses for landscapes, for candids, for just taking pictures, you know, when I'm not necessarily expecting to take a certain picture. So generally what I'll do is I'll leave my 28mm on my camera, and that way if I need to take a picture of something, I can usually get the right composition with this lens. I might have to get a little closer, but it's going to make me figure out where I need to be to get the shot. The 28mm is awesome because it's kind of a bridge between the 10 to 18 range and the 50mm range, whereas it's not too wide, but it's not too cropped in. The 50 is going to be best for like street photography and such as that. So if you're planning on going out and taking pictures on, like, in a city, you're going to be taking pictures of people, you're going to be taking pictures of just everything that you see, I would recommend getting a 50 rather than a wide angle. But the cool thing about the wide angle in a street setting or a city setting is that you're going to get a wide perspective and you're going to get a lot in the picture. So you can set it up so that you have this whole story happening in the picture and you can see a lot happening. So if you want to shoot a picture of two separate streets like that Y off or something, and there's a building in the middle, something's happening on this street, something's happening on that street, you know, the 10 to 18 is going to be perfect for that because you're going to zoom way out and you're going to have 170 degrees to work with. Whereas with a 50, you can't do that. Or you would have to back way up, and then you're probably not going to get exactly what's going on down those streets because you've now made a tunnel of the one street that you're already on. So there is definitely a time and place for wide angle and not, but I really like them, and I would really recommend them to anyone who is going to take pictures of landscapes or just wants a general lens for, you know, taking pictures around the house or something like that. And as with any lens, you're going to have pros and cons. So some of the challenges that you're going to run into with shooting with a wide angle is you're going to have to move closer, like I said. If you want to get that close in shot, you're not going to be able to take pictures of mostly one specific thing unless you're just really, really, really close. But there's other lenses for that. So I really like using wide angle lenses just because I like getting that whole perspective, and I like taking a lot of landscape photography. And I really like the way that this Olympus lens looks. It picks up colors really good. I don't know if it's the coating, if it's whatever. It's just an old, solid metal, good lens, and I really like it. I would 100% recommend it. I'll put a link on Amazon down in the description if you want to go check it out. I think it's less than $100, which is pretty cheap for a good lens. Okay, so now here's what I'm gonna do. I am issuing myself a challenge. I'm going to take this 28mm lens and I'm going to put it on my camera, and every picture that I take for the next 7 days is going to be on this lens. So I'm either gonna have to make it work or miss the shot. So we'll see how that goes. I'm really looking forward to it because I'm gonna learn the ins and outs of this lens and what I really like about it, and it's gonna give me a lot of camera time and give me a different perspective on wide angle lenses. So I've said perspective a lot in this video, and I think that's the whole reason you use different lenses, is to get a different perspective on whatever you're taking a picture of. Photography can shape what you think of something, and if you use the right lens, you can really make an impact, or just make something, or make someone go, wow, look at that. It's perfect, It either takes a really powerful photo, or the right equipment to make a less powerful photo look more powerful. So I'm gonna take this lens and shoot with it for 1 week. Now I do have photography classes and I have different assignments, so I can't use this lens for every single photo, but any personal photos that I take and any that I can take in those assignments with this lens, I'm going to do. But if, for instance, I need a cropped in photo, I don't want to go in and crop it later, so I'm going to use either the 50 and get close, or 55 to 250 and just get the picture that I need for my assignment, because I don't want to fail the assignment because I was trying to use a wide angle lens when I needed to take a picture from 100 yards away. That's ridiculous. But any personal pictures that I take are going to be on this lens for 7 days, and I challenge you, if you want to go do the same thing. You don't have to have this lens. You can use any lens. I would say do it on a wide angle lens, because then, it'll make you move, get in different places, get in different positions, and do different things to take the same picture that you would normally take when you could just zoom it in. It's going to limit you a lot and force you, the photographer, to do a lot of the work. So if you want to do it with this lens and you're interested in this lens, the link will be down in the description. If you're interested in any of the camera gear that I'm running right now, I'm shooting on a Canon T6i and a 50mm lens right now for this video. There will be links to everything down in the description that I used in this video, including my microphone. And if you enjoyed this video, hit thumbs up. If you're gonna do the challenge, comment down below and hit the thumbs up button so I know that other people are doing it. I wanna create this community where we can all do these things together and learn together, and not so much just me talking to a camera and you guys listening. I want conversation and tell me what you've done and such as that. So comment down below, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button. Every single week, Fridays at 3 p.m. we will have a Photography Fridays episode. Next week, it'll be the 7th day of the challenge, so it will be a review of this lens and some pictures that I took, and just, stories that happened along the way. So part 2 of this is next week. Stay tuned for it. See you next time.